Hello, third graders. Today I'm going to walk you through how we're going to use Book Creator. It's an app that we're going to use to write stories based on our narrative writing that we just finished up. If you go through Clever and you go to your teacher's page, you will find an app that looks like this, colorful rainbow, and it says Book Creator. Go ahead and click that on. What you can do as when you get on to Book Reader, you can look at libraries. You could, so I've got a couple libraries here. You can, let me go back up. You can discover, so you can see some books that other students have written, okay, just to get an idea of what Book Creator can do. But let's say we want to go ahead and get started with our book. So you want to go ahead and go to your books, and right over here it says new book. So you're going to add a new book. Okay. There's several options here for your book shape, and portrait, square, landscape, and then there's these really cool comic ones. We're going to hold off on the comic, and we're going to use one of these three choices here. So I'm going to just choose the square one by one, okay? And here I am at the cover. It tells me right here at the top, cover. Over here are two icons that you're going to be using. If I click on the plus sign, I have media and I have shapes. I can go ahead and take a picture. There. You can, you're going to want to be taking pictures of your illustrations for your book. There's a pen that I can use. There's several tools. There is like this little marker, and right here, if I want to change the color, I can change the color. I could go back. I can get more of a paintbrush. I can even change how large I want my brush stroke to be. So there's that one. Or maybe I want to try it really large, and let's see what that does. Okay. There's also the tool that looks like a crayon. So you have more of a crayon look. There's also some of these magic ink, which are pretty cool. So if you want to look at this one, always reminds me of the universe. Not beautiful? So going back, and then there's a highlighter, and then this auto tool is pretty cool. It can do all kinds of shapes. So let's say I was trying to make a triangle, okay. Okay, and that's not like the best the shape, and then it says, did you mean? And then I look up here and I see what I want. So as soon as I start drawing a general shape, it will give me some options. So was this like a watermelon or a tent? And then it goes ahead and it changes that shape for you, and then you could resize it whatever way you want. Now, this tool right here is just an eraser. So if you want to erase anything, this one here is if you want to fill in your background. So I can even go, maybe I'm at the park, and then I click on it. Okay. So you click the paint bucket, you click your color, and then you need to click the background. I don't like that one, so let's try this. Color and background. Oh, I think I have to undo that first. Let me try that. Now, let's go like this. Oh, look at that. You can even do the shapes. Okay. And then here are some emojis, if you need to use some emojis, if you wanted to put like a basketball in or something like that. When you're done, you just click on the done, and it makes all of those changes as you're going. The little eye over here gives you some colors for your pages. Okay, well, my cover is pretty, it's got grass in the background, doesn't it? So that's not really going to work on this one here. But there's comics. If you want to change some of your shapes in there, you can do comics. You can change to a different style paper. You can add borders. You can put different patterns in. And there's different textures. So before you start your story, it's a great idea just to take time to explore the tools. Okay. So and if I'm ready, and when I say I'm all ready, and undo the drawings, I just click undo, and now I'm ready to go. So let's go ahead and say I need to put the title of my story on here. And let's see, a beach trip, with Kevin and Emma. Okay, done. Then I could go ahead and I could take this and I could resize it. Click all that. I can bold it, make it a little bit larger. I can make that. Okay. And then remember, I need to also go ahead and make sure that I have my name on it, written and illustrated by Karen Grant, because I am the author and the illustrator. So that should, I want that down here. Maybe I want it a little bit smaller. Okay. On this page, it'd be a great page to go ahead and maybe make your drawing. Remember, take a picture of your drawing with this tool right here. And then you can go back. And let's say on my cover, I'm going to go down here. Paper, not paper. Patterns. Maybe I want my pattern. Let's see what that, okay. Maybe I want it to look like that. Okay, so if I go back, here's some shapes. Maybe you want to use some of these thinking bubbles in your writing, illustrating that matches your writing. Right over here, if I click on this arrow button here, it opens my book. So here's my cover. Over off to the right is an arrow, and it opens up my book. So now I'm going to have 2 pages. So over here, you want to go ahead and do your beginning. You can make it a full screen. If you don't want that, you can go back to a single screen at a time. All right, so you're going to be using all of your tools. Maybe on this one here, I want to put a border, and let's see. This might be kind of a cute one, day at the beach. And I could do my border. And then I'm going to go in here and type. So I'm going to go back to the text, and here's something really interesting. I can either type it out like one breezy, sunny, look at that, breezy, sunny morning in mid-July, and I would continue writing. But I love this tool right here. Look at this microphone. You guys spent so much time working on your writing. You can read your story. So if this page is my beginning, I could click on the microphone and watch this. One breezy sunny morning in mid-July, I dipped my toes into the water. Brr, I said. Do you see what it did, class? It went and recorded everything I said. If I pause, it'll put a period in. Okay. And then I might have to go back and switch a few things. Like it doesn't like the numbers. We want to make sure we write out 1. So I would just highlight it, and then, oh, July's a month. So I want to go ahead and capitalize that. Burr. Ooh. Let's make that into some dialogue. So even if I type it out and I go back and I look at it, I can change what I did, but it's one way to get your thoughts on the paper real quick. So then I could go ahead and put this any way that I want. And then I could come in here and I could go ahead and add an illustration to it. When I'm ready for the next page, I can go ahead and click on that. If I am completely finished, this little button here that looks like a less than or greater than sign, you click that, you go publish online. You need to give your book a title. So going back, the beach trip with Kevin and Emma, the author, it automatically populates my name. Then it says publish book. Your book's been published. Okay. Then you have the option of reading online. Okay. You can copy it and share it. But let's take a look at this. Let's go back to the front. Okay. Here's your books. Do you see this little circle here that has some books down? It says book options. Click on that. And then it says move to library. You're going to find your teacher's name and you're going to move it to that class library. That way, your class can go ahead and enjoy your books that you've written as well. Have fun with Book Creator. It is a lot of fun. And if you need help, always just go ahead and be sure to contact your teacher.